Hey YouTube, Aiden here. Reminder, if you want to listen with me, check the link down below. Let's talk about something that someone brought up on my 45-minute long video about what I learned about my instruments and me having done this routine for a while. And one thing that I kind of singled this out for is that it doesn't feel very good to play orchestral music on. And someone was like, well, what's the difference between an orchestral trombone and a commercial trombone? Because I kind of call this commercial, which I think it is. And that really made me think. I've been thinking for like 2 days straight. I'm like, what is that difference? What's the thing that I don't like about this in orchestral music that I do like about other instruments in orchestral music? Trying to play orchestral music. And I think the answer is this. When you play an orchestral instrument, orchestral trombone I should say, when you play louder, you want the sound to get larger. Louder basically just means larger. Yes, people will get all in a tizzy about this and say, you know, there's different things about projection and stuff, but generally I want the sound to get a little wider. It doesn't lose the middle, it doesn't lose the core to people, for people to listen to lock in on the pitch and everything, but the sound should get wider. And this horn retains the core when you play loud, but it doesn't really get wider, it just gets louder. It's more in the commercial side of things. And I don't mind it, it's actually quite good at that. But especially on the third partial, which is F in the staff down to B natural in the staff, that has to be a really good range on an orchestral bass trombone because you're playing in that range all the time. The low range, honestly, it is really good on this instrument. I still don't think it's perfectly orchestral, but that part can kind of survive. The third partial, though, is just so important for it to have that kind of wider sound as you play louder that it just doesn't do it for me. So let me try and play this real simple little thing that might get it across, but probably won't. Now range, it feels okay. It is a little weird to center in the third partial. It's just a thing about this trombone, not necessarily a commercial thing or an orchestral thing, but I can't really get that sound to broaden. I can't get it to get larger. And the response starts to suffer just a little bit if I try and just play way too loud. Whereas I have another instrument that is not a bass trombone, my 42T, that really, I think, can demonstrate this better, if assuming I can play this to save my life. Even below the staff, when I play louder, the sound gets a lot wider and gets a little more color to it while still remaining that core, retaining that core. It has a really nice thick front to the note. It's not a sharp top, 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 but a kind of a da, 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 a lot heavier front to the note. Whereas my bass trombone doesn't really do that. It has a really fast response, probably almost as fast as any of my other instruments, but it doesn't have a lot of weight to that attack. I can really try and put a lot of weight into it, put a ton of air behind the attack, but it kind of backs up and doesn't really want to do that. So for me, that's the thing that really separates an orchestral trombone, which is the 42T down there, and something like this, which sounds great, has a real box sound, has a lot of core to the sound. I can still play it loud. It's still fun to play, but it just doesn't do the orchestral thing as well as some other instruments. Hopefully that answers the question. It really made me think a lot about it, and I'll see you guys, there it is, next time.